Yeah. Third edition, man. Unc and Phew. We got Jefe. We got Big Step in the building. We are excited. We are excited today to bring you what you need, people. Game 7, man. The two most important words in sports. Game 7.
Yeah, that's true.
Jefe, talk to the
Yeah.
people, man. How do you feel about what we're calling this is a pregame show, by the way. We started
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit
pregame.
early today. So we're gonna be basically previewing Minnesota versus Denver. Hefe, man, how do you
Yeah, buddy.
feel? How do you feel about this, man? Talk
I'm
to me.
excited, buddy. I'm excited. Can't wait to see this one.
Hmm.
Um, it's been like a seesaw, like we discussed last week. It's one team blows out 2 games, the next team is 2 game blowout, and then they split the
Yes,
last two. But I don't know. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's just who came to play is the biggest question, right? So
yes,
we'll
sir.
see.
We will definitely see. And people, if you coming in, if you just tuning in, you gotta slap that like button, help support. And if you're gonna listen on the audio only, want you to, you know what I mean. I want you to give us 5 stars on the podcasting platforms. It
Mhm.
helps us grow. Really appreciate, you know what I mean, all that y'all do as fans and friends. You know what I mean.
Mhm.
So we got to start off with. I'm gonna start off a little different today, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean. How do we feel about that Knicks Indiana game, man? We gotta talk about that one first. Knicks
Yeah,
Indiana, man.
I know.
Tragedy. Tragedy at Madison Square Garden, bro. And here's the crazy part. You predicted it, fam. We were talking in the DMs, and
Mhm.
Hefe predicted that the Knicks would flop, and just as he said, they flopped, brother. How do you feel about that, man?
Well, that was an exciting series for sure. But Bronson just didn't come to play. The Knicks,
Yeah.
with all their injuries, they didn't have a deep bench, which I think that was the biggest factor, is that they
Oh,
didn't have the rotation of everybody else. So, Pacers took advantage. And if you look at the stats, like the Pacers team, there's no super, you know, 30-point games, 40-point games.
no, no.
Everybody's giving you 15, 20 points. So that adds up, the 100 points right there. So it's automatic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Overall they played better, obviously, and that's why they won. But I told you, a lot of people doubted it. A lot of people doubted me. But I said
I,
Pacers
I
in seven.
I doubted you, bro. I'm one of them, man. I'm raising my hand, man. I did not believe the ever. I don't know what you were seeing. You were seeing something more than I was seeing because you are absolutely right, man. If you look at the stat line, man, Pascal Siakam gave him 20 points. Aaron Naismith, I don't even know this guy, 19 points. Miles Turner, I know him, 17 points. Andrew Nimbard. I don't even know this
I
guy.
don't know that
20
guy.
points. Halliburton, 26.
Six.
Like,
Yeah.
how can you stop that?
Yeah. It's just consistency.
Balanced.
Consistency. That's all it is. Yeah, it's balance, exactly. So
Then you look on the next side, Josh Hart. Of course, he was playing all the time, 10 points, only 10. OG. OG actually got hurt earlier in the game, so he
mhm.
only played 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He got hurt. And then Isaiah Hartenstein gave you no buckets, just gave you 8 boards.
Eight
That's
boards, yeah.
He's like the backup center. He's not even the main center. You know what I mean? Because the main center, he's hurt. I forget his name again, but he got hurt earlier in the series.
In the series, yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo gave you 39. That's amazing. We need that. But then your all star, Jalen Brunson, he fractured his left hand,
Yeah.
broke his hand.
Which is
So, with
it's
all
crazy.
that,
Such a bad injury.
horrible injury. And it was going into the fourth, and they were down by like 17 points. How do you feel the Knicks? I know we're going to talk about Minnesota and Denver soon, man, but how do you feel about the Knicks, man? What's their future, man? Because they got a lot of injuries throughout the playoffs. It was basically Brunson putting the whole team on his back.
On his back, yeah.
What do you feel, brother? What do you think?
As long as they can stay healthy, because that's the biggest factor, right? Your superstar. Now, how long is he going to be out for? Is he going to recover over the off season, or is he going to
Mm,
opt to do it during the season, right? So,
Yeah.
we'll see. But they were playing really well before the injuries, so hopefully they continue that. You know, they add a couple of key players so they can get a much deeper bench, and
Yeah.
then go from there. But like all those guys, like the ESPN guys and all those guys were saying Brunson is a nobody. Like they should have picked somebody else, but this kid can play,
Mm,
man. He can play, but yeah, it's unfortunate. That
yeah.
was a really unfortunate injury.
Definitely was. And it definitely changed the momentum of the game because what happened is this dude over here started getting a lot of buckets. He started getting a lot of buckets. And at that point, now he's going to the Eastern Conference Final, and that leads to what a topic I really wanted to talk about. And this is a common topic we talk about every single episode, bro. And it's these guys right here, man. Look at the screen. These guys right here.
Oh man,
Are they ready to push the line with it?
if
By the
it
way, shout out to Sleepy Euphoria Relaxing, Pascal Cameroon
Cameroon,
stand up. Hey, Sleepy is a Cameroonian, so he his countrymen got showed right here.
yes,
I think
yes.
this is their best scoring option. Hefe, how you feel about that? Do you think? What do you think?
He's been super consistent. So
Yeah,
yeah, like he doesn't put up the 40 points, 50 points like some of the other guys, but you can rely on him to make those buckets when you need it. So yeah, if Hallerberg is not going to go on, and I think this guy can step up, and he's been to the conference finals before, right? He's a champion,
yeah,
so he has that experience. So hopefully he can lead the team and make everybody understand that because a lot of these guys are young. So that leadership comes in key, man.
yeah.
I told you at the first one we did. I'm like experience. You can't take that away from anybody.
That's a fact. We're gonna touch on experience in a few topics in a bit, but let's talk a little bit more about Boston. They have like the most experience. They're always in the Eastern Conference Finals,
Mm-hmm.
and you told me, and I agree with you. This guy has to be the key, but
Yeah.
he's been so on and off in the playoffs, especially when you need him in the clutch. Maybe Sleepy has some thoughts on this. You know what I mean? In the comments, maybe you can holler at us. Is Tatum ready to make that leap? Because this team is strong, brother. The
Mm-hmm.
Boston team is strong. They finished off the Cavs in 5.
And
They
five.
finished off Miami in 5. They're gonna go against Indiana. It might end in 5. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. That's
5-5 special, man. What?
man.
How you feel about it, bro?
How many years have they been this strong? Like what, the
Yeah.
last 5 6 years, pretty consistent.
Yes.
But like you said, is Tatum. Tatum is supposed to be the leader of that team, and if he doesn't show up, well then yeah, they have other options that they're gonna score and win you the game. But if he
Mm.
doesn't lead them past the Pacers this year, like everybody's gonna write him off as not to put him down, but he's gonna be another KD that he's not gonna be a leader.
Oh,
He'll be a good
yeah.
scorer, inconsistent, but not a leader, and you can't have that from your superstar player, right? So,
Oh, another KD.
mm.
That hurts, man. I
Listen,
love KD, but I have to be honest about KD. He ain't like that.
no,
He is not like that.
mm. But he's just like like. Don't get me wrong, he's a scorer. This KD,
Yeah.
his shooting, everything. He was a natural born scorer for sure. But again, he wasn't a leader on any of his teams that he played with.
He
Right?
never
He
was.
wasn't the leader in Golden State. So, but yeah, that's what I'm afraid of with Tatum because Tatum was my guy. Tatum, when he came into the league, I was like, yo, this guy's gonna take over for LeBron, and he's gonna be the new face.
That's why
And
you
he
got
just,
excited. Your
yeah,
bias came out. You're anti LeBron. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, no, but and that was like, I was excited to see this kid play, and he's phenomenal, but just so inconsistent. So it's frustrating to see him when he doesn't show up because especially with social media, criticism nowadays is another level. So you know,
Yeah.
but we'll see, we'll
One
see.
thing. One thing I will give Boston a lot of credit is they have a very strong defense. When they really focus on defense, they can put the clamps on teams. And I saw it as a Miami Heat fan. They can put the clamps on teams.
Mm,
And when they're hot from three, it's basically game over. They'll blow out a team. No Diddy. All about all
Yeah.
these blowing, all these allegations. No Diddy. We don't do Diddy on this podcast. By the way, PSA for everybody: don't put hands on your girl. Okay, come
Hmm.
on, guys. Let's be better than this.
That's crazy. That video came out was that unbelievable
Nuts, right?
nonsense. Yeah,
And then remember
nonsense.
this guy was Diddy bopping in the '90s videos. Like, come on, like dancing all up in the videos, but he was
Hmm.
doing other things after the videos. Whoa,
Yeah, yeah. That's it's unfortunate to hear all this stuff come out now, and but it is what it is.
facts. Shout out to Sleepy Euphoria getting in the comments. They need to rely on Jalen a bit more. Tatum hasn't shown the ability to close and lead. A great point.
Hmm.
I agree with that. Agree. KD's a great comp. If he don't get over the hump, I agree with that. I agree with
Hmm.
that. The KD example is really good. Shout out to M who just came in the chat. Real, that's what we do. We keep it real. It's Hefe, Big Steppa in the building. And no Diddy, absolutely no Diddy. We are not, Diddy is not endorsed by this podcast. Let's
No.
start off with that. We do not approve of any diddler activities. Let's go with that. But somebody we do approve of is this magician right here by the name of Tyree Irvin.
Hmm.
We approve of this guy. I don't know about you, Hefe, but I love this dude.
Well,
Him and Luca just made it to the East Western Conference Finals
finals.
in 6 games.
Yep,
Amazing.
yep.
What are your thoughts, brother?
No, like I said last time, Kyrie's run me over. I was never a big fan of his when he left Cleveland.
Mm,
But again, the circumstances of why he left, I don't know for sure. But from
yeah.
my understanding, he wanted to be the main guy, and when LeBron came back, um, but he just wasn't. So he wanted to find his own shoes, and I think now he's proven he can. So we'll see if they can get over Minnesota or the Nuggets and get to the finals. They have a really good chance.
Very, very good chance. And you know what? I know people are hating right now or talking smack, especially about OKC and this guy. But we got to give props to OKC for
Hmm.
one, getting the number one seed, and two, making it that far
Yeah,
to make it, you know, close to the Western Conference Finals. They just met a better team
yeah,
and better play from Luca and Kyrie. Shout out to my boy SGA, 25 years old, leading his squad, MVP candidate. They have a bright future. What are your thoughts, man, as we close out the chapter for OKC, bro?
yeah. 100% have a bright future. If these guys can continue playing like that,
Mm,
they'll get the experience they need to make the right plays in the closing out games. So yeah, it was nice to see them play, just because they played the team ball aspect, which I really like. So yeah, it
yeah,
was fortunate that just they ran into the better team, like you said. So and Kyrie and
yeah.
Luca are hitting strides. So it's going to be a fun Western Conference series for the finals.
What's really interesting to me is when you see Luca and Kyrie just hooping and they complement each other so well. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna say something that might be a hot take, might be I don't know, I don't care. I'm going full Skip Bayless with it. They remind me of LeBron and Kyrie back in the day, 2016 Cavs days,
Hmm.
because Kyrie's the closer and Luca's just the overall, fill up the
So
stats. He's gonna get you points, assists, rebounds.
hmm.
But Kyrie's the closer. I see a lot of LeBron and Kyrie in this, man.
Yeah,
By the way,
hundred
shout out to
percent.
Kiana for coming in. We're gonna talk about that. I think we
That's good.
we yeah, we're talking about last night's game right
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. No, that's a very good view on that one because
yeah.
as much as everybody says I hate LeBron, but no, that's already on the nose because LeBron's a workhorse, right? He's gonna get you the stats. He's
Yeah.
gonna get you the numbers consistently. So, but Kyrie can close. So Luca doesn't have to worry about that anymore. He has somebody else that he can rely on to close the game, so he'll focus something else. So yeah, it's
Mm.
that was a very good comparison, man. That was nice.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm more than a pretty face and a good host, man. I might have some ideas up in the brain up here. I'm playing. I'm
True,
playing.
true. No, but yeah, OKC is. it's too bad that they went home, but
Mm,
it would have been nice to see maybe one more game to see how they would react in a game seven environment. But
yes,
they're coming
yes.
back next year. They're going to be where they are next year, and then hopefully they can get over the hump next year.
I think like you just said, I see them going really, really far, especially with how they played to close out the game last night, man.
Hmm.
It was a tight game. Like it
Yeah,
was mistakes could have been had on either ends of the floor. OKC made it a fight.
yeah,
And that's what I like. I like it being a fight. I like teams actually scrapping and fighting for, for the win. You
yeah.
saw the heart from players. You saw guys Jalen Williams, Lou Dort looking like a straight up linebacker all over Luca. You saw Chet Holmgren, putting up buckets. Shea was being Shea. But you saw a lot also from Luca. Luca was
Hmm.
not flopping like he usually flops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
You
he's
had
playing hard nose.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very competitive ball game, and that's
Hmm.
what we need to see. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Especially because we're transitioning now. We're past the KD, LeBron, Steph Curry generation. Now we're in the new school,
Hmm.
and it's fun to watch, man.
Yeah, yeah. Getting back to like I was talking with this with one of the guys coming back from paintball, how like
Mm.
the blowouts, especially in the Minnesota Denver, like every game's a blowout. Like it's not as fun. Like
Yes.
we're talking about the All Star game this year. And I was like, it's the first All Star game I've watched in a while, and I was
Mm.
really upset when Edwards wasn't playing much. And then
Mm.
I saw an interview where he said, "Well, the guys aren't taking it seriously. I want to play competitive. Like we're supposed to be the best of the best, right? Let's play competitive." But no, they were
Yes.
joking around, shooting threes from half, So I was like, man, like I like this kid even more after he said that. Um, but yeah, this
Mm.
was a fun game. Kina, what? I don't. Sorry, Kina. I don't know what. That wasn't a foul last night. I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh, I personally didn't think it was that much of a foul either,
Nah.
but hey man, get in the chat.
Mhm.
Chat reigns supreme. Well, we might go back and forth with the chat
Yeah,
sometime, but it's always love,
it's always love.
out
Yeah.
here. So we gotta really, really get into it because that was actually a lob that you sent me right there. You know what I mean? Um, Ultimately, we got to get to it, man. We
Mm.
got to get to the ish. The reason everybody's here, let's talk about this duel, man. Let's start off talking about this fight.
Yeah. It's
The
oh
big one, dog. The big one.
yeah.
Anthony Edwards versus Luca. Versus, not, why did I say Luca?
Uh,
It might be Luca in the future.
in the future, yeah, maybe.
Versus, it could be. It could be
Yeah.
after tonight. But we're
It's
talking about Ant versus the Joker,
yeah.
man. The main event, the big show.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do this a little bit different. I don't want us to get our predictions yet.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want us to just at least analyze the game for the fans, for people going to be watching. For our fans, by the way, everybody out here who's watching, smash that like button. Let's get it. Let's get it going. I think Kiana's here in the chat. She has some things to say right here. So she's like, he hit the ball in his hand before letting go. And then, come on, Mauricio, don't hate. The refs are always right. Just like customers are always right. Whoa, what? Well, some shots. Pop out.
No, don't even get me started on the refs, so we won't even go there. But um, it wasn't that hard of a foul, even if you call it a foul. But yeah, I know for this one, you have
Mm-hmm.
your two. These are superstars. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like these are bona fide superstars. Ant has been crazy all season, and what are you gonna say about the Joker? He's consistently great, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
I don't know if either one of these guys are gonna make the difference in the game. I think maybe Cat might be. He has to come to play. Stop making unnecessary
Mm,
shots. Play smarter.
mm.
He has to play a little bit smarter. But these guys are going to put on a show for sure,
Oh,
regardless
yeah.
of anybody else. But you know, I said it at the beginning of the year. I'm like, Ant's my guy this year. So I
Mm,
want to see him ball out. I want to see him, force it, be more not more aggressive, but you know do what he does, but just in a higher gear.
Mm. My question is, and this might, it's gonna be interesting. I want to get your opinion. Who will shine more, or will they shine equally tonight? Meaning, there were some games where Joker was quiet and Ant went off,
Hmm.
and there was also the inverse where Joker went off, specifically Game 5 where he had like 40 points,
Yeah,
something nuts,
that's crazy. Yeah.
and Ant was quiet and Ant had like maybe 20 something.
Hmm.
Out of your point of view, which one of the two do you think will really really go for it tonight?
As much as I don't want it to be Joker, I'm gonna have to say Joker. He's been there before.
Mm,
He knows how to take that crowd, the electricity in the building, because it could be overwhelming, and he just knows how to handle it. So I think
mm,
he'll if he goes off early, if Ankara responds, then it'll be a nice, amazing game to watch. Um,
mm,
but again, it's hard for me to say that because that's my guy. But
true.
yeah, I think Joker is he. I hope he doesn't pop off, but he might today. He might tonight.
People, get in the chat. Who do y'all think will pop off tonight in terms of the two superstars? But we always talk about the superstars, and oftentimes we forget, not necessarily forget. By the way, get in the comments, y'all, and we want to hear your thoughts. We forget about the others, man. Sometimes we forget about the others, and the others have to show up in a game 7 situation.
Hmm.
You and me, we're Ant fans. Obviously, we want Ant to pop off. We hope Ant pops off. This game is happening in Denver. Now, keep in mind, most of the games the teams have lost on their home court.
Don't call it.
So the
Yeah.
first two games, Denver lost on home court. The next two games, Timberwolves lost on home court. And then the Nuggets were able to get another home. No, the Nuggets went into Timberland's territory, got a win. And wait, I might be getting it wrong. Regardless, I'm
Yeah.
gonna check
No, I
again
get
and
what
I'm
you're
gonna
saying.
confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of teams have been winning on the away court, the
Hmm.
other person's court. But the key has been the play of the others. That's something that we have to talk about. Who do you think out of the Denver group would pop off tonight, or at least get a lot of buckets? In your point of view.
Me, who you have up there, Aaron Gordon. This kid, he's like a
Mm,
silent killer. He does everything right, knows where he's supposed to be, knows his role in the team, which
mm.
with this era of diva superstars, it's rare to see that. Like he knows what he's supposed to do, he knows where he's going to be, and
Yeah.
he's fine being in the shadows and just consistently giving you points and hustling. Like Aaron Gordon the last couple of years has been really eye opening in regards to like how a player can just consistently be there for the team without getting all the attention and stuff that they think they deserve or some of them even want and need. But no, Aaron
Mm.
Gordon, if he continues that, then that's going to be scary for sure.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. My thing is somebody who I really, really want to see if he shows up is this guy,
Mr. Murray,
Murray.
yeah.
Why do I say that? Very simple. Very simple. Because he had like 7 points, actually, maybe even less than that last game. And you saw that.
Hmm.
He was clamped up.
Hmm.
Ant had him in clamps, had him looking for ghosts, looking for chicken nuggets, kind of like Shadow just say, come
Yeah.
on now, tonight I'm going to order 50-piece
50
chicken nuggets. Well, guess who was a nugget? Uh, Jamal Murray. He was getting eaten up. No
Hmm.
diddy. He was getting swallowed up.
Hmm.
No diddy by the defense. You know what I mean? Of Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
So we need Murray to show up. If I'm a Denver fan, I need Murray to show up.
100%. Yeah, I can't just rely on Joker for sure, but um, I don't know. It's just the frustration that he showed. Um, what was it? It was a game two. I can't remember what game it was where he threw the stuff on the
Mm,
court.
It was
I'm like,
game
come
two.
on,
Yeah, they were
was it game
getting
two?
dominated.
Yeah,
Yup, it was game
and
two.
like that was surprising. I was like, this guy's a champion. Like, I didn't think he was,
Hmm.
but I think he was just over frustrated with the defense because
Yup.
he just wasn't used to people playing them with that level of defense that Ant was coming with. So I don't know. Hopefully he's over it and get his mindset right because this is Game 7. So if they uh,
Yeah.
if they lose, how much of it is going to be put on him that they lost? Oh,
Oh.
Murray's didn't show up. He did this, he did that. Like some of it's going to go on Joker, of course, but he's the MVP,
Mm.
so it's not gonna take its toll on him as it would on Murray for sure.
That's a great point, man, because ultimately people have been roasting the hell out of Murray. I saw some funny memes. I can't necessarily find them right now, but like it's like a picture of Murray. You know what I mean? When I send you this picture, just know I'm not showing up or something like that. Hilarious memes. He's getting cooked on
Yeah,
Twitter, and you're absolutely right. If he doesn't show up, if like Shadow says he is dog water tonight, the media, the fans are gonna go off on him.
yeah,
Now, keep in mind, Murray, in all fairness to him, he's being defended by Anthony Edwards, man. That's
yeah,
tough.
yeah.
And on top of that, he has been dealing with an injury. People forget that. In the Lakers series, he had an injury. He's been dealing with an injury. So I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that I understand if he underperforms tonight.
Hmm.
But like you said, if Aaron Gordon is there, hey, you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Aaron's been given consistent numbers. You can't say
Yeah.
anything about anything bad about this guy, and he's defending Ant as well. So there's been a couple
Yes.
plays where he's played good defense. Ant does a crossover and then has a free lane because Joker doesn't want to play defense. So
No,
I'm just
Joker
like,
does not.
that's so.
No.
Yes, it looks nice and I'm excited because Ant's scoring, but at the same time,
Mhm.
like, how much is Aaron Gordon being frustrated, not having that help D, knowing that you have
Yup.
a big man behind you that, okay, if I get, like, my ankles crossed, at least still have the big man there. But if he's not getting that help, then that could be frustrating too. So we'll see.
That's
It's
one of
gonna
my
be a fun game.
biggest that's one of my biggest criticisms for Joker, and that's actually a great transition as to the other side of the ball, man. Who are the X factors? Who's gonna make the big difference and be really that change, that impact player for Denver? So, not Denver, sorry, the Timberwolves,
Timberwolves.
Minnesota to win. Who comes to mind for you, brother?
I think I said earlier. I think Cat has to be
Mm,
there because, like, if you look at the stats, I think the first two games that they won, he was given like 20 to 25 points both of those games,
mm,
and those losses he scored less than 15 in both losses. So
yes,
I don't know what it is. If he's just, they start losing, he gets down, whatever it is, but he has to show up to, because if Edwards is putting in the effort on both sides, he needs to do it too. Because people do
absolutely.
call him the Robin to Batman, but I don't know.
Mm,
This was his team prior to Anthony, so he shouldn't
yes.
necessarily be the Robin. He should be maybe another member of the Justice League. So, but we'll see.
Who is he gonna be? Is he gonna be like I don't know, man.
I don't know. He could be
What?
like
Is he Wonder Woman? I don't know. He's a cat,
yeah,
right?
he's
He's
a
a cat.
cat. Yeah, he's a cat. But no, this, like, it's, yes, he supports Edwards. He's not the number one, but
Yeah.
if Edwards is playing defense, it's tiring, man. So Cat needs to step up
Yeah.
and act like he's the number one so that they could actually win.
You're 100% right, by the way, with the trends. Because if we look at recent game stats here, right, he's usually putting up buckets when they win. Like the
Mm,
first, like if we really look at it right here, the first game he put up 20 points where they beat Denver 20 points. Five, yeah, like it's not bad. He put up 20 points. The second win, that was the big impact
the
one
big
where they
one.
busted up Denver,
Hmm.
27 points, damn near 30 piece. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Then they lost in Denver. I mean, back home, 14 points. They lost again. 14 points. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
then I believe they went to Denver. No, no, no. They were back in Timberwolves land.
They won,
Put up
right?
23. They lost. There
They
was a
lost. Yeah.
blowout. And then back in Timberwolves, he put in 10 points. But
Mhm.
regardless, he's an impact. And in last game, something that I really saw that he did that I really liked, he was on Jokic. He was on
Mhm.
Joker a lot. They didn't put Gobert on Joker that much defensively. They put Cat on Joker,
Mhm.
which was actually it impressed me how good he was playing defensively on Joker. I'm like, whoa, okay,
Yeah.
you're limiting him.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah. If as long as he stays out of foul trouble, it's bothersome for Joker because Robert is Gobert.
yeah,
Sorry, I don't know why I said Robert, but
Gobert, yeah, yeah,
Gobert. Even though he is like 7'9", no, but he's just he doesn't seem to have the athleticism that Towns does.
no,
So I think that's a difference for Joker for sure. He can do his little fakes and Gobert will chase them. So, but
yeah,
I don't know. It was a good switch by the coach, 100% there. So we'll see. Kind of like
mm.
the 90 91 Lakers and Bulls, where Phil Jackson put Scotty on Magic, and it changed the whole tone of the game instead of Jordan, because everybody wanted to see Jordan Magic, right? So,
Yeah, of
but
course.
yeah, Jordan was having a hard time, so they put Scotty on Magic, and then changed the whole tone of the game. Magic couldn't get into his offense, so I think
Mm.
if they try that again and switch off, right? Put Gobert on him a few times and switch it off so Joker can't get into a rhythm. I think that'd be a nice thing to do.
Man, shout out to Jefe with the heavy throwbacks. Let me get to some of the comments here. Shout out our boy Shadow. You've always been, supporting since day one. We appreciate you. So yes, I saw the memes on Twitter of Murray getting cooked. I was doing some of the cooking too. I think it was mentioning something about game two, and then Kiana came in. You can know how to play, but still flop if your team doesn't help. Major facts.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to LeBron and most of his career. He's been amazing, but his teams have been hot garbage. So, as a LeBron advocate, I feel this comment heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shadow comes in again. Nah, Lakers needed a better coach. We did have that discussion last
Mm-hmm.
week
Mm-hmm.
about a better coach, but I don't
No.
know, man. I think Darvin Ham got a raw deal, fam. I think Darvin Ham was actually a good coach. He got y'all to the conference finals his
Finals.
first year.
Mm-hmm.
Got y'all to play in tournament win. Like what? Oh my god.
Yeah. Who was it? I was watching an interview with John Sally.
Mm,
For those who don't know who John Sally is, he was a role player with the Bad Boy Pistons before, and then he
mm-hmm.
came back to the Bulls for the last three-peat, the second
Yeah,
three-peat, second three-peat. Um,
there you go.
yeah, there you go. So he was saying, and this is going to surprise people because I'm saying it now. He was saying that
Mm.
LeBron's issue is that he didn't play in a system. So Jordan had a great coach, but he also had a great system. Same thing with Kobe. It just happened to be it's the same coach, but
Yeah.
Kobe wasn't winning, and then Phil came in, implemented a system. So he implemented that system around that player. LeBron never had that. He's never had a coach that was able to give him a system to play in, and it is what it is, but the championships speak for themselves. So
Mm, that's a great point. When you see dynasties, there's usually the same coach.
mhm,
You know what I mean? And it's because that coach is putting in, like you said, a system and has a way of coaching that leads to dynasties, that leads to consistent play, that
mhm,
even knows how to manage the egos of the superstars to make them play properly. That really reminds me of this guy, man. He has a system. Now, there's arguments that this dude stole a system, but Steve Kerr, man.
see, he didn't necessarily steal the system; he adapted the system, right?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
part of the
Mm,
three-peat, the second three-peat, so he learned how the system works. Now, difference is the amount of threes that are being shot now because of your boy Curry there.
Yeah, Curry.
He adapted it to that play style. So, and that's what
Yeah.
coaches are supposed to do. They're supposed to take something, adapt it to their team to see where they're going to fit. Now, the problem is LeBron has never had that because he's never allowed that to happen. He wants to be the player coach. He's demanding this, and it just
Oh
like
man.
proved with Ham. It's how are you going to fire a coach that got you the conference finals, and like you said, won you the in tournament champion or whatever, in season champion, and then fire him at the end of the year? Like, come on,
Mm.
don't tell me LeBron had nothing to do with it.
Man, we done went 35 minutes of no LeBron Jordan debates. This was a record,
This is Shadow. This
but
is
we
Shadow's
gotta
fault.
do
This is
it.
Shadow's fault.
We gotta do it, man. And shout out to Shadow for bringing this out because I gotta defend my boy LeBron Raymond James. Okay, I'm going full government name. Let me tell you something. LeBron is the system. LeBron is the system. He's the team. He's King James for a reason. Now, can I concede to your point that LeBron has not had a lot of consistent coaches throughout his career? Yes, that's very fair. But the thing is, when you're LeBron James, when you have so much knowledge of basketball, when you're the greatest hooper of all time, where you can do anything and everything, it's very, very hard to find a coach who aligns with you properly. That's why I'm telling you, LeBron's best coach that he's ever had, I believe, was Ty Lue, because Ty Lue was able to go back at LeBron. Now you could say Eric Spoelstra because of the Heat dynasty,
Mhm.
but Eric Spoelstra basically was the voice of Pat Riley and also a mix of D Wade was kind of coaching and leading that team too, right? So when LeBron had Ty Lue during that run where they made it to the finals and were playing Golden State all the time, I think that was some of the best ball I've ever seen him play. And it's because he respected the hell out of Ty Lue and followed it. Now, to be fair, there's all these memes that say le GM, you know what I mean? All these things. You know what I mean? Like all these memes that LeBron is the GM. Okay, let's pretend like LeBron has all that power. Can't Rob Palinka say no? Can't Jeannie Buss overrule him and say no? They could.
They could, yeah, they could. But spending that
Mhm.
much money on a player and then he's just gonna walk if you don't do what he does or does do what he says. Like, is it worth the?
Mm,
Is it worth it, or do you just do what he says to keep him happy and then keep fans in the stands, right? So
that's a good argument.
that's my
That's a good argument.
point of it. I'll be the first one to admit is LeBron's LeBron and
Hmm.
his physicality, his play, whatever you want to say about him, you can't take away that the guy is an amazing player. You can't.
Yes, sir.
Um, just the thing is, like you said, with your argument is that he's never had a coach because, well, he's never allowed a coach, except for I guess maybe Ty Lue, to
Mm,
actually properly coach him. He came out of high school. He never went to college. He never
yeah.
understood that. He never had a coach in college that showed him how to properly listen to a coach. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's the factor. Because if you look at all
Yeah.
the older players, even like some of these guys that are coming out of college now, that's what college is for. You listen to your coach. They have a system that's
Mm,
been tradition in that school for, as long as the school's been open. So going to
yeah.
college, maybe that would help. Maybe we'd be having a completely different argument if LeBron went to college. Maybe I would be advocating for LeBron. You never know. But
All
you know,
right. Plot
like
twist. We might me and Shadow might get you on the LeBron side. We might get you on the LeBron side, bruh. But one more side that we got to talk about before we get back to the deep dive into the Denver Timberwolves game. You made a great point about college ball, and I think the college ball is really important. That's why we got to slightly talk about this guy. This is a little out of left field, but we got to talk about Bronny and how we think we are in agreement that Bronny should stay in college a few more years. He shouldn't be drafted by the Lakers because it sounds like the Lakers are going to draft him. there's also been rumors spread that the Mavs might steal Bronny or at least draft
Ooh.
Bronny before the Lakers have a decision based on the draft lottery.
Yeah.
Hefe, what do you think, brother? What do you think about this decision? What do you think about the future of Bronny James, man?
I like this kid is he can be special. Like he's a little bit shorter in stature for the league, but sitting at what I think he's 6'1". They measured him at,
Yep.
but a
Yep.
40-inch vert, like that's ridiculous, right? So
Hmm.
the kid's gonna be able to hoop, but right now he's just in the shadow of his dad, and that's unfortunate for him, because the pressure is, oh, your dad's not getting younger. You should go play with him. Get in the league. It'll be such like an amazing thing. So I don't know if it's from a business standpoint where they're like they want to cut his future in college ball because give him 2 more years. Maybe this guy's scoring 30 points a game, right? In college.
Yes.
So then he'll be ready.
Yes.
Be ready. Like LeBron was ready out of high school just because it looked like he was playing toddlers in high school. So, but
No.
he wasn't like that in high school. He's not like that in college. So it's just
No.
I would rather see him stay in college to develop a little bit more so he can have a better future in the league. It's just I don't want him to for it to be tainted just to go play with his dad, even though it would be amazing. Like what kid wouldn't want to go play with their dad in the NBA? And who else
Absolutely.
who else has ever done that, right? So I'm sure Curry would have loved to play with his dad. Imagine them shooting threes at the lights out
Oh,
in any game. So
that would have been nuts, fam.
mm,
Nuts.
that would be crazy.
But one thing that I really want to give as an example for what Bronny James should do, he should go the Jalen Brunson route. You know, Jalen Brunson was at Villanova for like 4 years.
What? No,
Yeah, he was at
that's crazy.
Villanova for 4 years and he won two national championships.
Championships, huh?
So if Bronny and he by the way, Jalen Brunson's numbers all got better throughout his 4 years there.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bronny wants any kind of future in NBA, especially with the NIL deals and how the league is going, well, college ball is going, he should go and stay in college, stay at USC, get a little bit of experience coaching, and then go to the league instead of trying to play with LeBron. But we'll see. If the Lakers are dumb enough to draft Bronny, I really don't like that move, man. Like I really don't like that
Mm-hmm.
move, but we
Like,
shall see, man. And being a hooper, especially at that size in the NBA, you have to have really, really good guard skills and passing skills. Like this
mm-hmm.
guy, Mike Conley, making an impact.
Mm-hmm.
He is gonna be my X factor for tonight,
For tonight, yeah.
especially on the Timberwolves side. If he comes and plays ball, we're gonna have a very, very interesting game. What do you think of Mike Conley as the point guard of the team and
Yeah,
his impact?
no, he's been doing good. Um, Especially like again, it's he's a role player that knows what he's supposed to do in his position on the team, right?
Yes, sir.
He's not going to give you 30 points, like Ant or Cat, but he's
Mm,
a consistently good player and he makes some good decisions when he's out in the court. So yeah, that's a good choice to be an impact for sure. But I don't know. I still give it to Towns because, but that's just
mm,
me.
got you, got you. I will say this though. People are watching. We have 6 people watching, man. I need y'all to all smash that like button. If you've already done it, then respect to you. If you haven't, smash that like button. Really helps us with the algorithm, helps continue the show, keep it rolling, keep it moving. If you feel generous enough to give us a little super chat loot, we're not mad at it. We'd be happy about it. We'd be happy about it. But we got to talk about ultimately what everybody came to hear about, man. Who is winning this game tonight? Timberwolves or Nuggets? Get in the chat, people. Let us know who y'all are picking tonight. I might put a little 20 piece on this game. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see how I feel. I might get some Casamigos and sip on some while watching this game. I'm definitely
Watching the
gonna be
game.
texting. I'm gonna be texting you throughout the game too. You
Yeah.
already know.
100%,
Who do you
100%.
have and why, brother?
I think we're in the same boat of wanting the Wolves to win.
Hmm.
um, just because of Ant. As I don't know, I just really like this kid. His
Me too.
attitude, everything about him is great, and I think that's what the league needs is the
Hmm.
showcase, both ends of the floor, playing good
Yes,
offense,
sir.
playing good defense, and his leadership on the court. Like when you see him mic'd up, it's what he's saying. It's for his age is crazy. So I really
Yes.
like it. So I want Minnesota to win. Will it be a blowout? I don't think so because it is a game seven. So I don't think it'll be a blowout. It'll be a really close, fun game to watch. But yeah, my money's on the Wolves.
Respect, respect. And you know what? Even though we may disagree on LeBron and MJ, we're in alignment today.
Mhm.
I think right now, I'm going to say something that's crazy, but I don't care what nobody says. Whoever wins this game is winning the NBA championship. Whichever team wins this game is winning the NBA championship.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Whoever wins tonight wins the chip. And this is how critical this game is. When we say the two greatest words in sports is game seven, it's because we've seen amazing game sevens throughout the history of ball. Throughout even hockey. I'm not even a hockey guy, but I seen some great game sevens. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm not even a huge baseball guy, but I've heard great game sevens. I've seen some.
some epic
In
ones.
ball game sevens are the best. They're fantastic, full of drama. I will give Jordan this. Jordan has never seen a game seven in the finals. So shout out Jordan. Team MJ can say that.
See, I was gonna mention it. I was gonna say, you've seen more game sevens than I have. Being a LeBron
Yeah.
fan. So, but you brought it up. You brought it up.
Damn. Yeah, Unc got me. Unc got me on that. Unc got me on that. I'm gonna give it up to Unc on that. But interestingly enough, Indiana and the Knicks, the Pacers and Knicks, they had legendary game sevens. You remember with Reggie? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
rivalry goes back, yeah, decades. So yeah, that's why
Yeah.
it was a fun series to watch because there's the
Mhm.
history of the fans make that series a little bit more exciting because the players, yes,
Absolutely.
the players are invested in their team and everything like that, but there's no I don't want to say there's no loyalty, but you never know when you're going to be traded to another team. So back in the 80s and 90s, you stayed with the team for a while. So I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
what made the rivalries more intense. But this one here with the Wolves and Nuggets is we'll see how good tonight plays out, and
Yeah.
it's going to be fun to watch. So
It's gonna be absolutely fantastic to watch. Before we sign off, get in the chat, people. Let us know who y'all got. I personally, I got the Timberwolves winning. So do you.
mhm.
Um, I think it's not gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be tight, but I think it's gonna be convincing who wins. So what do I mean by that? I'm saying that one team will come out with a lot of energy and a lot of effort, and I believe that team's gonna win. So I'll give you an example. If Jokic comes in the game and he's just boshing threes, Aaron Gordon is getting rebounds and blocks, I think Nuggets will take it. It'll be tight, but I think the attitude matters so much,
Mhm.
especially in this game seven. If Ant comes out full force, full strength on both ends of the court, Cat joins him, Connolly joins him, it's going to be tight, but I think Timberwolves win. We're just going to get a fantastic basketball game, man. That's what I'm
Yep,
expecting, brother.
yep. Excited to see this, and then again, it doesn't matter who really wins the conference finals. The Western Conference Finals are going to be fun to watch too. So
Oh,
like you
absolutely.
said, will it be a repeat of the 2016 Cleveland LeBron Kyrie showing up to right? Because oh man, back
Yeah,
back in the theater days, sitting in the office, I saw that one hype up video for the conference finals, and like that's
yeah.
when I started getting back into watching it a bit more.
Nice.
Still not a big LeBron fan at that time, but I was like, okay, I respect it. And then they ended up winning that year, so I was like, okay, maybe I haven't given him his full credit, but
Hey,
I still don't. Don't get me wrong.
boo.
but
Shadow, get in the chat,
but
man. We got to gang up on it, bro. We got to gang up on homie.
no, but yeah, like you said, whoever wins this series, I think will win the whole thing. So
Absolutely right, man. Again, before we head out, y'all press the like button, support it. We're gonna have this on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. After the broadcast, probably gonna post it up there tomorrow. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in and tapping in with us. LeBron lovers like Shadow, shout out Shadow. You know what I mean? Kiana out here going off on Jefe. You know what I
mm,
mean? Supporting her OKC Thunder.
no, yep,
Cal, you know what I mean? Shout out Cal with the LOL. M pulling up with the no Diddy comments. We like that. And then we got Sleepy Euphoria. We rock with you, man. Appreciate you for representing Cameroon in the chat.
in the chat.
Again, it's been Unc and Phew Hoops Edition. So thankful for y'all tuning in and tapping in with us. Game 7. Let's
So
get it.
excited.
We out. Let's go.